Okay guys, hey, welcome. Thanks for joining me here. I'm at Lewis McAdams Riverfront Park right now in Los Angeles, outside of the LA River bike path. And today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm just going to be taking you guys along on a walk with me, really. I want to use this as an opportunity just to kind of talk to you guys a little bit more one-on-one. What we'll be doing today is just kind of walking, talking. We're going to stop at a few different places, show you and highlight kind of the best parts of the LA River here. This is one of my favorite bike paths in Los Angeles. And like I said, today I'm outside of Lewis McAdams Riverfront Park, formerly known as Marsh Park, but it was renamed after the founder of the organization out here, the organization called Friends of the LA River, which is an advocacy group for not only the bike path out here on the LA River, but also the habitat that the LA River now has. Not only because of the contributions of this man, but also the FOLAR group that he founded that has continued on his work to this day. And right behind me is actually a little memorial to him. Let me show you that, it's kind of cool. And this is a great place if you just want to come here and check out the LA River itself. The park has plenty of parking spots, so if you haven't been here before, I encourage you to definitely come out here. It's a really, really great spot. Okay, cool, let's just walk towards the bike path. We're just gonna kind of like walk and talk. The LA River was originally built many, many decades ago. This section of the LA River was built in the 90s, I believe, and it only had a small part of the bike path available, and it's expanded a lot because of the work of Friends of the LA River, FOLAR. And at one stage, before Lewis McAdams actually did his advocacy and did anything to improve this bike path, it used to just be a concrete lined flood channel that the public couldn't even access. Now we have a flowing river with an actual habitat for animals that the public can access. This bike path actually was one of the very first bike paths that I actually rode myself in Los Angeles, and it was essentially the first full featured ride-through video that I released for the channel and edited back in 2017, I believe it was. So as a follow-on effect, this one video that I did has helped the channel grow a lot. Back then at that time, let me tell you, I didn't know how to, I didn't really understand my recording style. I didn't really know how to edit that well at that stage. I've figured out a lot since that time when I started the channel, mid to late 2017. I have been back here to this bike path a number of times in the time since, and it has actually grown over the years and expanded in certain ways that one day hopefully I'll be able to show you and kind of highlight a little more. Today I'm just walking the kind of like southern section of this bike path, which happens to be the northern half of the full featured bike path. Currently, I believe that this portion of the LA River is only 7.3 miles from Elysian Valley, south of Dodger Stadium, all the way up towards the LA Zoo, wrapping around Griffith Park. And there's a southern section of the LA River bike path that I've actually spent more time on. I believe overall, the two sections combined equal about 51 miles of continuous riding. And I believe before the Olympics in LA happen, they have some serious plans to connect the two. So eventually you'll be able to go from Long Beach continuously all the way through downtown LA to the Los Angeles Zoo, Griffith Park, really opening the world to bike riding in LA County. The thing is, a lot of people don't view LA as being a good cycling city. I feel like I have a different perspective on that. Los Angeles can actually be a really great place to ride and commute. But you just have to know what you're doing. You have to know where you're going. You have to know where the resources are, the different interconnected bike paths, and hey, that's what I'm trying to show on my channel. I know I still need to expand on the Los Angeles bike path and bikeway network a lot, and that is something I will be doing heading into 2022. Okay, very quickly, I am here outside of one of my favorite parts of this entire bike path that I really wanted to show you guys today. It's called Spoke Bicycle Cafe, and you can see I'm right here on the bike path. You can see riders passing by me maybe, but just a few minutes walk away from the Lewis McAdams Park is Spoke Bicycle Cafe, and this is, in my opinion, the best bicycling-centric cafe or business anywhere you'll find within Los Angeles. It caters towards riders in a way that the front entrance is actually connected to the bike path. You can still drive if you want to come here and just grab a cup of coffee or something. You can drive to the location, but the primary way of commuting into this cafe is on the LA River, and that's pretty cool. So we're going to check it out right now. I actually didn't expect to walk here so fast, so we'll talk a little bit more after I get some breakfast. I think the cafe just opened up at 10 o'clock. So let's check it out, guys. This is a great place. Can I get a breakfast bun, please?
Yeah.
I've been lost for so long, but you make me feel that I am.
Okay, can't wait to eat this. This is the best food I've had at any type of cafe like this. So I ended up getting the vegan breakfast bun, and this is honestly delicious. The best breakfast food I've ever had. And they make it vegan. They have tempeh bacon, and you can get roasted potatoes and a cup of orange juice or coffee. Perfect meal for the morning, especially if you're on your bike. Makes it the perfect place to stop. This place is open from Wednesday to Sunday every single week from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. They're closed on Monday, Tuesday. Okay, let's dig in. Delicious. Oh. Messy, but delicious. Oh. Even if you guys don't come down to the LA River to ride your bike, I mean, I encourage you guys to come down here just to try some of this food. They have a much larger menu too, of non-vegan items and vegan items, so they cater towards anyone, any diet, gluten-free and everything. All right, let's keep walking around a little bit. So the cafe also has a full-fledged bike repair shop too. Okay, so that's it. That's the Spoke Bicycle Cafe. Like I said, one of my favorite places to go. I stop there every single time I'm on the LA River. Throughout the pandemic, it's a great place to go because it's all outdoor seating. They still require a mask. So to be respectful, I still wear my mask even though it's all outdoor seating. It's a very safe place to eat. open seating, all outdoors. They don't even have indoor seating, so they were primed for pandemic restrictions, and they had already adapted to the outdoor seating that a lot of restaurants have had to adapt to in the past 2 years. And with the good climate out here, they don't have to worry about weather issues really ever. And if you ever run into an issue, that bike repair shop is a great resource to have. More important than, you know, a cafe, that is probably the best resource on this bike path. So if you ever run into a flat tire or anything like that, they'll fix it for you on the spot, as long as you get there before 4 o'clock. So yeah, the sun is kind of coming out a little bit right now, and we're just going to continue walking all the way to the far south end of this path. So we got another, I'd say approximately 1.5 miles left. So I kind of wanted to talk more about just kind of what I was able to do with the channel for the past year. Kind of recap 2021 and talk a little bit about what I have planned for 2022. And maybe just kind of talk in general about the break I just had. Typically in November, it worked for me last year. I took basically the whole month off of November. I didn't edit. I didn't really think about the channel very much. We're approaching the La Colombe coffee roasters right now. Another easy kind of stop right off the bike path, connected to the LA River. So there's a number of expanded businesses coming out here, which is really cool. Okay, so 2021, that was another turbulent year. You know, going through everything that's been happening in the past 2 years has been quite a challenge to navigate, I think, for everyone. It goes without saying. I won't get into that too much. But as far as the channel goes, there's been a real significant amount of growth that I've been very happy with. I mean, this time last year, I think I did a very short video, just kind of giving an update, a recap, talking about how I hit, I think, about 500 subscribers. This exact time last year, I'm now above 1,400. So that's kind of, the way that's worked is really the first 3.5 years of my channel, I had 500 subscribers. And in the past year alone, I've nearly tripled that amount. My goal is to potentially push to 1,500 subscribers before the new year. I don't know if that'll happen. Probably won't, but that would be a really, really cool thing to celebrate. Beyond that milestone, I was able to branch out to San Diego County for the first time. That was something I had intended to do years ago, but just didn't quite have the resources or time. That's always the issue when creating content. But I found some time to get out there this year to San Diego, and I'm going to expand on that a lot going into 2022. Also, I was able to expand to Kern County, which was a surprise, but I had the opportunity to go to Bakersfield and around Kern County. So I took a bit of time in October to canvas the whole area from Bakersfield to Ridgecrest to Tehachapi, and you're going to see more videos from Kern County coming out next year. So those are two other major milestones for the channel that I was really, really happy about. So with that, I wanted to just quickly say thank you guys so much for pushing the channel along. For anyone that subscribed in 2021, thank you. Any of the people that were here before that period, thank you for returning and watching the videos. I see you guys in the comments. I see you guys posting on the Facebook page too. And I wanted to announce that I am going to be attempting to bring back the TOSC Trails of SoCal Instagram page, which some of you guys might actually be a part of already. For the past year and a half, it's been shut down. I had to suspend it. I'm just simply not that good at social media. It's something I have tried to work on. I've continued to keep the Facebook page up, but I felt like between Facebook and YouTube, that was about the limit to my resources, what I was able to actually put out. Managing an Instagram page, it really fell through the cracks when I had it open. I would post on there every once in a while, but I wasn't consistent, and I didn't get a lot of engagement. I think mostly because I didn't put a whole lot into the Instagram page. So I suspended it so I can focus on really just making YouTube videos primarily. And Facebook is just an extension to the YouTube channel to promote the new videos that come out. But with the Instagram page, I'm going to be reissuing it, bringing it back on, wiping it clear. So it's going to be I'm going to start from scratch as if it's a brand new page. And I've had it, even though some of you guys already follow the page, and I've had it for years at this stage. But my goal now, because my Facebook posts are a little more cut and dry, it's mostly just like I'm just putting out facts and advertising for the YouTube channel. The Instagram page, I'm gonna make an attempt to make it more personal. So it's gonna have more information about myself. I'll try to be more actively involved with it. Potentially, you know, you'll see me on Instagram stories, you'll see me posting more often. And instead of me just posting a picture of a bike trail, maybe I'll try to add some more personal flavor or flair to it, just to make the effort to try to connect with you guys a little more. I've realized that after starting this channel, I kind of have realized that I'm definitely more of an introverted person. I don't like being on camera like this, you know, to be honest. Before doing something like this, it takes me days, if not a good solid week beforehand, to kind of build myself up to it, you know. In the past, if I try to be more extroverted, I don't know. It's not me, I know that. I know a majority of YouTubers out there are very extroverted people. They love being on camera. That's not really the case with me at all. Basically, every video that I have on the channel is scripted. The point of the channel originally was to never be on camera. I was just going to make ride-through shots and edit them in interesting ways, add pictures and graphics on top of just a real kind of basic ride-through shot on my bike. And I was going to do that for every path across the region. But I've discovered over the years, adding some variety to the channel has really helped kind of broaden the audience. And I think it's important. So the channel's kind of stepped away from that, but it's still going to be producing videos like that. But I now know that being on camera a little more has a greater impact with the audience, and I really do want to connect with you guys more. I'm sorry if I keep stopping. Sometimes I have to get out of the way. There's a lot of cyclists in this section of the bike path, so I'm walking off to the side. Anyways, yes, I just want to be able to connect with you guys a little more, and going forward, you'll see a lot more of that in 2022. I've tried bringing that in with the vlogs that I've had recently down in San Diego, in Bakersfield, and on the Santa Ana River in Riverside. And this is kind of the first time I've ever just come to you guys, just unscripted, just walking and talking. And I find value from other YouTubers I watch who do stuff like this. Even if it's just sporadic, every 6 months, twice a year, something like that. The footage like this that's a little more raw is sometimes valuable, I find. And I think this might be something I do every year going forward as at least a recap video. And the really kind of cool thing about this bike path is, even though it's so central to downtown, it's really not that busy. And it's just such a great resource for the people that live in this area. Okay, and here's actually, I'm approaching an example of some new construction that this is my first time actually seeing. They built a new bridge that crosses the LA River. It's kind of impressive. and it connects you with the bike path that's actually on the opposite side of the riverbank. So I'm just going to show you that real quick, get past it, because there's still some construction going on. It's kind of noisy. Let's check it out. We have about a mile left to walk, and once we get to the end, I'll tell you about a story about what happened to my bike earlier in the year. But I think I wanted to tell you a little more about what 2022 is going to bring. Now that the channel has a good base, I've covered Los Angeles County, Orange County, Riverside, San Bernardino, San Diego, and Kern. The goal of next year is going to be able to kind of like expand on those individual playlists on the channel. So you're going to see more videos from Orange County, you're going to see more videos from LA, definitely more videos from San Diego, probably in the first quarter of the year, and more videos also in the first quarter of the year from Kern County. I've really wanted to create more of the top 5 to top 10 kind of like listed countdown videos that I think have been really popular for the channel. In particular, the Orange County top 10. The San Diego region and the LA region have been my 2 biggest goals, creating top 10 videos for those 2 counties. But my issue is that I haven't explored everything myself. So to cover it the proper way and to create a strong, comprehensive, accurate top 10 list, I've had to spend a lot of time in San Diego, across LA, visiting the vast amount of bike paths that you wouldn't expect are in those areas. So unfortunately, I think that a top 10 for Los Angeles won't come until next year, but my main goal next year is to do a top 10 for San Diego, and potentially a top 5 for Kern County. And if you want to talk about 2023, I'll eventually be expanding to San Luis Obispo, Ventura, and Santa Barbara County. And I won't forget Imperial County as well, way out in the desert. Yeah, so those are the primary goals for me heading into the new year, and I've been planning a lot of that. For anyone that makes YouTube videos themselves, you would know how hard it is actually to produce a video. Even a vlog like this. Some people out there are able to vlog every single day, or at least every week. That's something I've never been able to keep up with or achieve. My philosophy with this channel from the very beginning has always been to do it at my own pace, not to feel like I have to produce something subpar, you know, for the audience because they're expecting it. I mean, anyone that's followed the channel for any length of time has probably noticed that there's been months, like 2 months, sometimes 3 months even, once or twice in between videos. And that's normally because I'm working on a larger production. It takes a lot more time. I feel like I don't edit in the most efficient way, and I do it all myself. So it takes a lot of time, on top of just navigating life outside of YouTube, because by no means this is not my full-time job, and it's just kind of it's a hobby, which is what I started the channel on. And every once in a while, maybe the advertising money every couple months buys me a tank of gas to be able to go somewhere, but it's not a dependable amount of income. So I work full-time outside of this, so YouTube in a lot of cases is my second job or third job over the years. It was kind of interesting actually when the pandemic hit. Everything shut down back in March 2020, and I all of a sudden had a lot of time to work on the channel. And in 2020, I feel like a wave of pandemic excitement over biking really hit in March 2020. And it was a time where I actually was let go from my employer, and I had a lot a lot of found time to work on videos. And ever since that point in the channel, that's when things started to build momentum to the point that they are now. Before that, the channel was kind of stagnant. So in some ways, that period of time was good for me, but in a lot of ways, I would have traded all that in to avoid all the pandemic restrictions and lockdowns that have been happening, and death. You know, it's been a really, really hard 2 years. And thankfully, I've stayed healthy the whole time. That's the number one thing. But yeah, it's been hard in so many ways. I can't imagine anyone losing a loved one to the pandemic. Yeah, it'd just be tragic. So I'm sorry if that is something that's happened in the past year and a half. I really, really feel for those people. A lot of unnecessary death. Okay, let's step away from that topic a little bit. I apologize if I'm jumping all over the place, but isn't that kind of the point of videos like this? Okay, I think I'm actually fast approaching the end of the LA River right here. I'm gonna wrap up this video real soon, but I wanted to tell you the story about the incident that I had, I think back in July of this year. Sorry for the noise all around me. I'm right along a main road here, walking under a highway. But back in July, I tried coming out here to ride the entire LA bike path. I brought my bicycle out here, had all my camera gear, this exact camera I'm using right now. I had just purchased this camera actually at the time, first time using it. And I typically like to have videos of me vlogging as I ride. You've seen a few of those already. And it was the day before I went and did the San Diego Bayshore Bikeway vlog. That is on the channel if you want to watch it. So for me, I was right here at the beginning of the bike path, getting ready to go, setting up my camera shots, and I had my bike positioned in a way that was pointing downhill, and the bike has a kickstand. It's my original bike that I had when I started this channel. I put the bike down, well actually, rather it was standing up, pointing downhill. I had my back turned to the bike, and unfortunately, when I was setting up the cameras, there was a young girl actually walking towards me from the distance. I could see. I figured it was just a normal person just walking around, so I didn't think anything of it, but I didn't feel any threat or anything. I didn't even really think twice about the girl that was approaching. And what ended up happening, I was in this exact spot right here, right outside of the little egg sculptures on this roundabout, right on the corner of San Fernando Road. And my bike was positioned right here, right there. So I had about 3 cameras I was trying to set up to get my opening shot of the vlog here on the bike path. And as I was right here putting the camera on top of this pillar, the girl behind me just went and jumped on my bike, and before I even knew it, she was cruising downhill right down San Fernando Road. Straight down this way, all the way down this road. From her perspective, it was basically the perfect steal. She was already halfway down the hill before I even noticed. There was no confrontation whatsoever. I couldn't do anything about it. All I did was shout, hey, like I just shouted at her, basically. She didn't even turn to look at me or anything, just like a bull, just going right down the hill. Took my bike The original bike that I started the channel with, like I mentioned, fortunately it wasn't my more expensive bike, my road bike that I like to use for myself, just on trips that I don't vlog. But it had some sentimental value to me. That was the thing that hurt the most. The bike itself really didn't have much value left in it. Maybe she would have sold it for a couple $100, but that's pretty much the story here. That kind of ruined my day, and that's why I'm back here today just walking the path, because I wanted to do this on a bike and explore a little further. But I hope, in summary, this video was valuable to you guys. Keep an eye out for your belongings. I learned a hard lesson that day, and I also learned afterwards. I did it, you know, I kind of looked it up too late, but if you lose your bike, if a bike gets stolen, it's a common thing. It's not just unique to this area. It doesn't matter where you are. You know, it's like you wouldn't leave your car window open, you wouldn't leave your car door unlocked. That's just going to encourage theft. You wouldn't leave your bike unlocked if you walk away from it. In my case, I was standing right next to it, so it was shocking that she took it. But report bike theft. I'll give you a link that I discovered recently that helps police departments track bike theft. So if anyone finds the bike resold on Craigslist, if you have the bike reported on this website, there might be a chance you can recover it. You know, a lot of internet sleuths out there too might help you out. In my case, unfortunately, I waited too long to even research that, but now that I know the information, I want to pass it on to you guys. Anyways, guys, with that, that's the end of my vlog today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining me. I might do this again next year. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. That really, really does help me. I want to try to get to that 1,500 subscriber goal by the end of the year. And something that really helps me out a lot is I have a donation link in the description below. You can send $1, $5, or anything like that. All of that contribution goes straight into the videos and allows me to expand my reach a little more, go to new places and build on the counties and the areas that I've already been to before, and bring more content to you guys, really. Patreon is another way you can support the channel too. That's more of a continuous commitment. Or you can make a one-off donation on there and then just cancel your Patreon subscription. You'll still get the, even if you just do it for 1 month, you'll still get the Patreon rewards. So please check that out. It's really noisy around here, so I'm just gonna sign off. Thank you for watching. And as always, ride on and ride safe. I have one more thing I wanted to show you. I drove about 2 miles riding distance north of the Spoke Bicycle Cafe, and I'm over here outside of Sunny Hook Park. On the opposite side of the park, actually currently walking over the river on the Sunny Hook pedestrian bridge. And what's cool about this little bridge is that it not only connects you over the LA River, over to Sunny Hook Park, which also gives you a further connection to Griffith Park. On this bridge itself, there's a collection of little padlocks, and the channel has its own padlock on this bridge that I put on here about a year ago. So let's try to find it. I'm here right now looking for it. I actually can't quite remember where I put it, so bear with me here. Where is it? Aha, found it. Okay, right here. The TOSC Trails of SoCal padlock on the Sunny Hook Bridge, right on the LA River. So if you guys are ever here and you happen to find this lock, I'm not going to tell you where it is. Good luck finding it. There's a couple thousand locks actually on this bridge. from the looks of it, and it's grown over time. First time I came up here was a number of years ago. First time I noticed this, and there was maybe only a couple hundred locks. So come here, check out the lock. It has the link for the YouTube channel on it. It has TOSC written on the top, Trails of SoCal written on the bottom. Let me know if you could find it yourself. If you guys happen to find this lock, take a picture of yourself with it, send it to me on the new Instagram account or on Facebook, and tell me that you found it, and I might send you a gift if you do that. So good luck doing that. I won't blame you if you can't find it though. I could barely find it myself. Looks like a lot of couples are out here putting their engraved locks on this bridge. So hey, bring your special someone, and that could be a fun thing to do while you're out here on the LA River.